particular training is 25 do's and don'ts for an entrepreneur to make profit in agribusiness. But before I go into that details, let me briefly give you a blueprint. Let me give you a green card of what you await for you if you can keep those 25 do's and don'ts. Let me give you 8 points that you will be able to get. 8 things, 8 areas you will make money if you keep all those laws. 8 ways you can make money from chicken. There are several ways chicken farmer can earn or make money in the poultry industry. But meat and egg production are the most profitable niches in the poultry business. There is a high demand for chicken protein globally. We all know that. The combined value of production from broilers, eggs, turkeys, guinea fowls, geese, duck, and the value of sales from chicken in 2021 was about $35.5 billion US. So why won't you become a chicken farmer, my dear? Why don't you go into the business? Is the business not lucrative? It is. The phrase chicken farmer is an interchangeable name with a poultry farmer, which means a farmer who keeps or rears domesticated fowls such as chicken, ducks, geese, quail, turkey, etc. for the sole aim of making profit, while to a lesser extent to keep them as pets or do it as hobby. As a chicken farmer or poultry farmer, your poultry products should be able to take care of your household demand and your farm bills, and even have some money to keep for other purposes and for yourself. In my demonstration farm, I ensure that at least the farm produce is able to take care of all the bills like electricity, water, security, sanitation, levy, etc. In addition, it serves as a learning ground for my trainees. Most of them at the end of the training do pick up interest to study animal or chicken related courses in the higher institution. I later borrowed the belief that one can also make money from chicken by simply providing an online class or writing an ebook on poultry and livestock in general, because people are now developing interest in poultry farming. And obviously, they will be needing some guide which you can provide and charge them for it. So in this video, I want to share with you 8 ways you can make money from your chicken if you are able to keep those 25 do's and don'ts that will come after this particular point. Let me re-emphasize it again. The major content of this particular video is 25 do's and don'ts for an entrepreneur in agribusiness or a small agri-entrepreneur to make profit and sustain his business. But before I do that, I want to give you a hint, a blueprint or a green card, something you will be looking forward. Because when I tell you though, when I give you all those 25 laws, what will await you if you're able to keep them? What are you going to gain when you keep them as a small agri-business entrepreneur? Number 1, you can make money from selling chicken eggs. Selling of chicken eggs is one of the most profitable ways to make money from your chicken. If you are a hobby chicken keeper and you don't know what to do with your surplus eggs, you can decide to sell them to at least maintain your chicken coop. Furthermore, if you intend to go to commercial production as a side hustling, then you really have to raise laying breed that can lay about 300 to 350 eggs per annum. Let me give you this point. There is a breed of layer that lays up to 360 eggs per annum or more than that. But it is not the major point. It's not the major topic of this particular video. We'll go to that later. I have written a separate book on the profitable poultry farming in Nigeria. If you have an access or you have the resources to get that book, try and get it and read it from page 1 to the last page. There you will be able to get the costs and profit of rearing 200 layers and the costs and profit of rearing 1,000 layers. From the analysis, you will be able to know how profitable poultry business is. In fact, from 1,000 layers in 12 months, you will make close to $6,000. Number 2, fertilized eggs. This is another way you can make money as a small business poultry entrepreneur. Your laying hens can bring in profit for you. When you sell the fertile eggs to the hatcheries, you make a lot of money. Remember that hatching eggs or fertile eggs are more expensive than table type eggs. Some people find it difficult to tame and keep a rooster, so they will usually buy fertilized eggs from local shops or from local farmers. So if you are lucky enough to be able to keep a rooster or cock in your flock, well, he will do the hard work for you and you can sell directly to homesteaders or supply to local shops in your vicinity or to hatcheries. Also, you'll be able to sell fresh hatching eggs to your neighbors who are interested in hatching their eggs. It will help you to have one breed of chicken or the other so that you get different breeds or pure breeds which can at the same time multiply in your farm. In my demonstration farm where we conduct training for trainees, we have about 20 hens and 3 roosters. These 20 hens lay pretty large number of fertilized eggs for demonstration. Although we don't allow them to hatch the eggs by themselves because we have the incubators, the hens can as well hatch or sit on it. But we use the incubator to incubate and hatch the eggs. Fertilized eggs can give you a very good money. Fertilized eggs from pure breed chicken will get a very high profit, a very high income for you, especially if you are able to keep and domesticate the other breeds we call luxury breeds like the Brahmas, the Sikis, ostrich, and parrot, peacock. All these birds are very, very expensive. In fact, one of them alone can make you a multi-millionaire. Do you know that one parrot alone is sold close to 500,000 naira? Do Do you know that one Brahma or male line and female line Brahma alone is sold close to 100,000 naira? Do you know that Siki bird is sold close to 250,000 naira? So if you are able to keep any of these birds and have the fertile egg, you are already a millionaire. Fertile eggs from pure breed chickens will get a high price, especially if they are rare breed. You will just need to collect your eggs regularly, store them safely, and sell them and make your money. Number 3, selling day-old chicks. Selling day-old chicks is another great way to make money with your chicken. I could remember my grandmom do sell off her chicken every Eke market day in my village. She goes to the market without any money, only her transport. And when she comes back with basket full of items that we can use, you can eat, you can use and cook throughout the 8 days before the next market. This is a very good income. It is a good marketing practice to check for an interesting market before you sell your eggs. Some potential buyers will be other homesteaders, farmers, feed and farm supply stores. You can facilitate your selling by advertising them on social media also, or social media groups and forums, that you have pure breed chicks to offer. If you do know how to set chicks, you can sell them as straight run, which means they can be either hens or roosters. You can hatch eggs in less than 30 days. You may want to consider having multiple incubators for starting a larger chick production. That is how major hatchery started. Even this is how I started. Just from an interest I have. We started buying the incubators, and by now we have close to 60,000 capacity incubator in our farm. You can do it. You can as well do better than that. Number 4 is pullets. Another option for you to earn money as a chicken farmer is by raising pullets. Pullets are hens under the age of 1 and near their laying time or already laying. Many backyard farmers or poultry farmers don't want to raise chicks due to the stress usually associated with brooding or the equipment needed, while others cannot afford to wait for months to getting them laying eggs. Your customers will be willing to pay more for a point of lay hen or hen already laying eggs. A pullet could be sold for up to 1,800 naira in Nigeria, depending on your location and time. Your time and expenses should be taken into consideration when deciding on a price. And if this is the right profit for you, you will need a considerable amount of space, preferably the deep litter system. Number 5, selling meat birds. The most common breed of bird for this purpose is your broiler, the broiler chickens. Broiler chickens are hybrids created to grow fast with a lot of breast meat within 6 to 8 weeks of age. Meat production is one of the fastest ways to make money as a chicken farmer. However, when it comes to meat production, there are few different options. If you are planning to sell them processed and ready to eat or as a live bird, you will need to check your area's law concerning meat processing and selling. But if you are unable to process them yourself, you can hire professionals to process and package them for sale. However, these can be too costly. So, does your background check before you can buy any breed of bird. Do it very, very well. Check the markets. Check your customers or the buyers, what they need before you go into broiler production. Broiler is not a bird you produce and start looking for customers. In fact, I will tell you here that if you do that, you will lose, because at the time they are matured, they have the required weight for you to sell them, and you don't have buyers, and you don't have enough money to continue feeding them very well. When you are still looking for the customers to come and buy your birds, you have started cutting corner in feeding them. They will start dropping that weight to the extent that they will look so tiny and so light like tissue paper that the buyers may not even like to buy them again from you. And no matter the kind of feed, no matter the quantity of feed you give to them again, they can never get that same weight, because they convert feed fastly at the early stage of their life. And once broiler loses that weight, it is difficult for broiler to recover from that or regain the weight any longer. So that is why broiler business is a risky one. It is a type that you must make sure you have the market. You must make sure you have the demand. You must make sure somebody will buy it at the end of your farming period. Is it 6 weeks? Is it for 8 weeks? Is it for 10 weeks? But I don't advise you to farm broilers up to 8 weeks unless it is for experimental purpose. If it is for market, between 6 and 8 weeks is okay. Don't exceed 8 weeks, because they will start dropping the weight, because their feed conversion rate after 8 weeks drops, and that means they eat more of your feed and gain less weight. Note, I repeat, don't farm broilers more than 8 weeks. They will eat your profit, unless it is for demonstration, unless it is for practical. Maybe you want to keep them just to see them as an ornament. I am not a motivational speaker. I am a realist. I am a scientist. Whatever I teach you here must have been researched, and I must have conducted serious research on it several decades before I come online to teach you this. Don't make a mistake that will ruin your investment. Many have grown broilers up to 12 weeks, 3 months. Their head will be as big as anything. Their head will be as red as blood. But at the end, they will be laughing that they have made money. But when you calculate their profit, you will see that they have lost more than what they invested in that business. The only thing is that they have the money coming back to them at the same time. But for the profit, forget about it. Most of them don't make profit unless it is on seasonal period, maybe during the festive periods, that you may sell and people are ready to buy at any amount, because they don't value. They only say, I want to eat better meat. Maybe you say your broiler, 12 weeks broiler, maybe at the rate of 8,000 naira in Nigeria. Yes, you may be making a profit of 100 or 200 naira. But when you calculate accurately, accountability is very important in your production. Many people do not know how to calculate their profit. They only calculate the number of bags of feed they put, the number of bags the birds eat. That's the only thing they call expenses. They don't calculate the water. They don't calculate, most of them don't even put the drugs. Most of them don't even put their own salary or the salary of the workers, because they'll say, I am the one feeding the birds. What is the salary meant for? You're supposed to pay yourself from that investment. If that investment is not paying you, it is not worth going in for. A man told me that he reared his broiler for up to 12 weeks, that this is the first time he's making profit. I said, sir, how much did you sell the broiler? He said he saw, my brother, I sold all these broilers at the rate of 6,000 naira. In fact, this is the first time I have ever made very good profit from selling my broilers. And how much did you spend in feeding them? He said, I did not spend anything, it's only few bags of feed, all that things I spent, I just bought all these small chaff and all that things and fed them for close to 2 months. At the time of going to the market, and I bought few bags of finisher feed and gave to them, and I sold them 6,000 and 6,500 naira. I said, sir, did you put your own salary? Did you add the water? All those materials, even if you have gotten them free, did you carry them on your head? Even if you have carried them on your head, what is the cost of transportation from the location where you pick those things to your house? All this is supposed to be counted before you know whether you make profit or not. Many farmers are like that. They are here listening to me now. I know that some of them they are doing a U-turn in their brain. Their brain is now being recycled for them to know how to account for their profit in their production. So do your background check very well before going into broiler or meat beds. Such background checks include knowing your target market and the type of breed they prefer. Remember, broilers have different strengths and different species. We have Aboaka AA, we have AA Plus, we have Cobb, we have Rose, we have Marshall, and the rest of them. Each of these species are the same broiler, but they have different strengths. They have different growth rate. They have different carcass and the different breast meat. They have different growth time and maturity time. So know the particular breed you go in for. I think I will run another content on breed of broiler, the best breed of broiler to go in for. Watch out, you will see the video very soon. You should also learn how to market and sell your broilers before going into the production. Never had you any production before marketing, because you might get stranded. If you need more ideas on how to sell and market broilers profitably, check my ebook on broiler production and marketing in Nigeria. However, farmers who don't have space to rear meat birds but can butcher and process them can as well patronize you. It is important to consider breed, feed, free ranging, etc. All these considerations can change the price you can ask for a full-grown chicken. Majority raise the Coney's cross meat breeds of their fast-growing nature, while others prefer to purchase other breeds like the Rose or Marshall. Number 6, sell chicken manure. Selling of chicken manure is another means of making money from your chicken. If you can keep all these do's and don'ts, you will be able to make enough money from your chicken manure. This year alone, between July till December 24th, all the poultry dumps we gathered were sold off, and we got almost 108,000 naira from chicken dumps. 108,000 from chicken dumps alone, from poultry manure sold in our demonstration farm. It's even our demonstration farm, only the demonstration farm, we gathered about 108,000 naira poultry manure. They were all packed the same day and the money paid the same day. We did not spend much. It's only the cost of the sawdust, because we normally use sawdust in our own farm. We don't buy it. We only pay transport to go and pick it from the timber mill. We don't spend much on it. It's only the transportation we pay to the carriers, those that bring them to the farm. So if we check our profit alone, is more than 100,000 naira, because the last time we packed that sawdust, we spent less than 6,000 naira for all the bags we gathered, and at the end we sold it 108,000. Last year alone, we were giving it out to close by farmers. They come to our farms and pack them, and we give them, and they tell us, thank you sir, thank you sir, thank you sir. And that was the end. When we realized that we can make money from it, the little one we sold was about 24,000 naira. We used the money and invested it in hybrid goats. Those goats are now giving birth in our farm. This year, those thank you sir came back again. Before they came, unfortunately for them, we have already sold off all the whole poultry manure. So there was no thank you sir for this year. The thank you sir was converted to 108,000 naira with profit of more than 100,000 naira. You can see the kind of money we make from only poultry manure alone. You can still do that. Don't lose hope. Some companies use the poultry manure also to prepare what we call briquettes. These pelleted briquettes are made from chicken manure. They are called black gold because it is made from manure from the chicken, and it has numerous applications. Chicken poo is organic manure that is very high in nitrogen and also very good in growing farm plants. If you don't have the bulk purchasers like us, you can as well sell it to your close by gardeners. They need it. Another way you can earn money from chicken manure is by making briquettes, as I earlier said. You can do it by yourself also. Briquettes are more efficient than charcoal because it produces more heat with fewer fumes. Another way you can make money in rearing your chicken is by writing about chicken online. If you are good in writing, you can write and monetize your skills and make money online. You can at the same time write ebooks on chicken and other poultry birds. There is always market for you there. Many farmers have less knowledge of how to rear the birds. If you have a very good wide knowledge, why not put it in paper and make money from it? You can as well make and sell chicken houses. If you are very good in making chicken or this carpentry work or this welding work, you can prepare chicken coop and sell them. People buy them. Many farmers need them, at least for their brooding houses. There is an open market for you to make money from that. All these areas are very, very lucrative for any poultry farmer to make money if you can keep the following 25 laws I am giving you now. Tagged 25 do's and don'ts an agri-business entrepreneur must keep for him to succeed in the business. Here are some top tips to help you earn more and cut out excess expenses as an agri-business entrepreneur. 1. Do calculate the exact cost for your business. Before you focus on increasing profits, you have to know where you are starting from. That means you need to know all of your costs and don't just calculate general expenses either. You also need to know how much your regular activities are worth to your business. Profitability is not rocket science. It is about the relationship between revenue and expenses. Getting a very accurate view of what's referred to as unit economics, what the entire revenue and cost chain looks like at a micro level, how much a minute of drive time costs, the revenue yield on a specific piece of investment in your agribusiness is essential to supporting the business. Getting clear, accurate, and real-time visibility to your unit economics is the key. When owners can find the bandwidth to focus and spend their time on the things that matters, they tend to be able to make good decisions. Number 2, don't spend too much time on low-value activities. Once you know what your time is worth, you can focus more of your time on the things that actually drive results to your agribusiness. That means cutting out the things that don't add much in the way of value. Running a small agribusiness is an all-encompassing world. Once the business starts to grow, the biggest mistake people make is spending too much time on essential but low-value activities. A great example is like payroll, accounting, invoicing, scheduling, all activities that are essential but can often come way or consume more of your time for a business owner, the employees, and their office staffs. Number 3, do automate where possible. We are in the automated era. We are in technological era. Since some of the low value or mundane activities you want to cut out are essential functions, you need to find ways to accomplish them without spending tons of time on them. That's where automation software and online solutions come into play. Automating those out free up and need time to work on the business instead of wasting much of your time on the things that does not add value. You have to automate the ones that will give value to your business. A key development over the past number of years for small agribusiness and other businesses has been the emergence of mobile solutions to these essential but low value activities, enabling businesses to manage their team, their clients, and their billings from nearly anywhere and often in a single platform solution. Number 4, don't rely on paper. It is also a good idea to eliminate waste where possible, both in terms of expenses and time. Using paper in your system and process can be extremely inefficient at this era of technology, as it can get lost and be more costly than using online tools or automation. Do track your time. That's number 5. Tracking your time is very important as a small agri-business entrepreneur. You also need to know exactly how you spend your time if you want to eliminate other types of waste in your business. Use time tracking software or keep track manually so you can get a good picture of what is happening and how you are spending your time, because time is money and time wasted can never be regained. Number 6, don't forget about your team. However, there can also be tons of waste when it comes to how your employees spend their time. So, you need to find out the ways to keep track of these and hold people accountable. They can't be using your business hour to chat. They can't be using your business hour to play. They can't be using your business hour to rub pancake or to furnish or panabit their face and do makeup. For many small agri businesses, the single biggest mistake or biggest expenses is people. Salaries and related compensation is only one factor employers need to consider. The time and effort those employees consume can spell lost revenue and profitability for business owners if it is not spent efficiently. How can you be paying someone from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the evening, and he or she ends up using 2 hours or 3 hours in chatting his friends, and at the same time you pay him? How can you be spending much salary on a staff who comes to the work, sleeps from morning till afternoon, and at the same time you pay him? So you must check all this, because they are waste, and all this waste can never be regained, and at the same time you are paying for them. In service-driving agri-businesses like the veterinaries, especially those that do work outside of their own offices, factors like drive time and fuel costs are fairly well understood today. You should know that things like lost productivity due to inefficient communication between employees, leaderships, and clients, the costs that come with running the business without the benefit of technology, and spending too much valuable time on essential but low value tasks all contribute to eroding your profitability in your agri business. Number 7, do analyze your finances regularly. Once you have system in place for tracking things like time, expenses, and earnings, you need to keep an eye on those things regularly. Analyzing any changes can help you determine what's working for your business and what is not working. Do not think it is very costly for you to automate your tracking system. Whatever you invest your money on in your agri-business will help you to move forward. It is not late yet. If you are reading or watching this video right now, make an adjustment. Start thinking positively. Number 8, don't undercharge customers. Do you hear me? Should I repeat it? Don't undercharge customers. Should I repeat it the third time? Don't undercharge customers. One of the major mistakes small agribusiness make that lead to low profit is undercharging. Some of them undercharge in order to retain their customers to their own detriment. Some of them sell their product below the cost price just to have money in their pocket. At the same time, they run out of the business. If you are listening to me or watching this video right now, ask yourself, what profit did you make during this last festive period? If your prices are so low that you can barely cover expenses, you might want to rethink your offerings to make everything more sustainable. Number 9, do make buying as easy as possible. Do make buying as easy as possible. If you have been following most of my videos, you understand that I speak very fast. But because of the importance of this particular topic, I'm forcing myself to go slowly so that it will enter deep inside your brain and your memory. Number 9, do make buying as easy as possible. This is another important point. It is difficult buying processes. If customers have to jump through 10 different hoops in order to come to your place or to come to your selling point, they are more likely to go with a competitor instead, because before they cross all those roads and got to their place, they must have passed their competitors on the way, and some of them might have convinced them with one thing or the other. You will finally lose that customer. Number 10, don't focus too much on bringing in new customers. Soldier go, soldier come is not a very good slogan for a small agribusiness entrepreneur. Soldier go, soldier come is not a very good slogan for a beginner or a small agribusiness entrepreneur. Why it's always good to be open to bringing on new customers, you should focus on them so more that you neglect your current ones. You can potentially make more profit by focusing or increasing sales to existing customers instead of looking for new ones. Number 11, do prevent theft and waste. This is very important point you should note. Theft and waste can kill and destroy your investment and render you jobless, if there is a word like that in English. You might not be able to prevent all waste and theft in your business, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Put system in place to check and alert you of any issues or abnormalities so you can address them as quickly as possible. Theft from workers, theft from competitors, theft from neighbors can destroy your business. Yes, I had this experience in 2006. One of my neighbors was stealing my eggs from the farm. They always go there to pack eggs with this big sack they call Ghana must go in Nigeria. God helped me one of the days. Because of the system I put in place, I caught one of them, and he has already filled that particular bag. And all this while I have been complaining, what is wrong with the layers? Most of the times you will see the eggs. When you go to pack them, you will not see them. Are they drinking the egg? Are they eating the egg or what? Finally, we caught one of them because we have to start monitoring. We opened our eyes very clearly. We put things in places to monitor, and we caught them red-handed with the filled bag of eggs. Number 12, don't rely on constant discounting. Even if your regular prices are sustainable for your business, you might sometimes offer discounts to attract new customers or move inventories. While this can be a decent strategy at times, it can definitely be overused and devalue your product or services. Number 13, do look for ways to increase minimum order prices. Instead of providing basic discounts, you can try to increase sales by offering bulk discounts, bundling or similar offers aimed at increasing the size of order so the company can make more money overall. 14, don't keep excess inventory on hand. It can also be somewhat wasteful to keep tons of inventories on your hand since you need to store and manage it. So, it can be beneficial to provide some discounts or incentives to move any excess if you are getting new products delivered. 15, do give more opportunities to top sellers. When it comes to actual selling products, it makes sense to put more stock in what's being proven to work. So, when you have new prospects or big new opportunities, make sure your top sellers are on it so you have the best chance of closing. Number 16, don't overlook suppliers' price hike. Paying suppliers and vendors is often part of running a business. While you can't control the prices those suppliers charge, it is important to always track those charges and note any changes so you can constantly get the best price. Remember, when you are buying from one particular supplier for a longer period of time, he may start adding prices for you, and because of your close relationship, you may not even understand that the price he's giving you is far above what is being sold other places. So you have to open your eyes. Number 17, do negotiate constantly. It is a good idea to negotiate with vendors or suppliers so you can get better prices rather than just paying the full cost, which can sometimes be excessive. Number 18, don't pay for costly services and activities. In some cases, you might even want to cut out certain vendors or service providers altogether if what they provide is not what they cost. 19, do confirm service calls. For service businesses, in agri-businesses, a major source of waste can be showing up for service calls if the customer is not actually there. So, for this reason, it is a good idea to quickly confirm before wasting time driving and doing the administrative work involved for each call. 20, don't undervalue your time. Just as I earlier said that time is money, just as product businesses sometimes undervalue their fiscal goals, service businesses can sometimes minimize profit by not valuing their time as they should. So you need to set prices, taking all part of the process into account, including any administrative work involved in providing a specific type of service. 20, do focus on providing great services. No matter what type of product or service you offer, providing a great experience to customers should always be a top priority. Doing so can help you build a reputable and very good image, and even gain referrals, which essentially serve as free marketing for you. Do everything in your power to absolutely delight your customer. Make them feel happy. Going above and beyond to deliver an amazing customer experience increases the chance of repeat bookings and repeat patronage, and might inspire customers to recommend your business to others. These are both positive levers on the unit economic model of any agri or small agri business. Don't continue marketing activities that show minimal results. Marketing can be another major expense for a small agri business. It can certainly be worth it in some cases, but if you have tried a certain tactic and seen minimal results, it's probably best to cut it off. 23. Do track the performance of everything. For everything from marketing to suppliers, it is a good idea to constantly track performance and reevaluate what costs are really worth it for your business, then cut the rest off. 24. Don't go after every new opportunity that sounds exciting. They said not everything that glitters are gold. New opportunities can really help you to grow a business, but that doesn't mean you should always chase after the next big thing. Carefully research and consider the risk involved with new opportunities before pursuing them, so you don't end up wasting tons of time and resources at the same time going down to the drain. Number 25, do focus on the big picture. Once you make your business more efficient in terms of the day-to-day operations, you can then focus more on the important big picture things that go into running a successful business. Many customers believe that the most difficult part of the business involves working on the tough stuff. Finding good people, retaining them, acquiring more customers, and managing their brand. These are the important. All these are very necessary rather than the urgent things for a business owner to be working on. Automating out the minor stuff can be very liberating and impacting to the business overall. All these points you must keep if you want to succeed in agribusiness as a small agribusiness entrepreneur. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video. Thank you once again for keeping your subscription to the Poultry side television channel intact. Thank you once again for taking your time to sharing our links to your groups, platforms, friends, and well-wishers and other farmers. Thank you once again, and I will still encourage you to look out for the next content that's coming out very soon. Goodbye for now. I remain your humble servant, Dr. Leonard Charles Nwogu, the Poultry Sites Television Channel. Bye.